Hi guys, and welcome back. In today's video, I wanted to talk about Louis Vuitton. So Louis Vuitton is actually my first love for designer handbags. I just love the brand in general. I think it was like the first designer brand that caught my eye. Therefore, when I started building my designer handbag collection, which started off very slow, I would buy literally one bag a year whenever I would travel abroad. I started with Louis Vuitton, and I like to say I have very classic key pieces in my collection that I feel will be in my collection for many years to come. With that being said, I have also added other pieces in my collection which have caught my eye throughout the years. However, last year was the last time that I actually just browsed the website, kind of did anything Louis related. We were in Copenhagen for our anniversary trip, and I actually was able to add the Alma BB, which was the bag that I was eyeing from Louis Vuitton at that point in time. I have gone back and forth in regards to that bag, so that's kind of like a hit or miss situation, but I still think that it is a gorgeous bag. I know that her time to shine will come at some point, but I haven't gravitated to that bag as much as I did. So let's get into the pieces that have either caught my eye or definitely have not caught my eye from Louis Vuitton. Let's start off with one of their newest release, and that is, I have my list here, the entire By the Pool collection. I have honestly never liked any of these collections that they have released. The whole kind of like gradient or like rainbowish sort of color mixture is not something that I look for or that I want for my handbag. However, I do have to point out two things that I really liked about this one in particular. One, the interior of the bags are absolutely stunning. I love that you have sort of like this really playful print inside of your handbags. And two, if there was one little piece that I would consider adding from this collection, it would be the card holder in the orange and pink sort of color combination. I think it's so fun. I love a pop of color in my SOGs. I like to look inside of my handbag and just see like color and print everywhere. Outside, not so much, but inside I'm definitely super playful with the small leather goods that I go for. And this one in particular I thought was really cute. I would actually just change one thing, and that would be the big LV logo that it kind of has right smack in the center of the card holder. I feel like the card holder is very small for that very big loud logo on it. So I would just have preferred if they would have gone with the whole like fleur-de-lis throughout the entire piece rather than putting that big logo there. Okay, talking about small leather goods, let's dive into one that I'm super impressed that they kind of released a new version from, and that is the Rosalie. If you have been watching my channel for a little bit, you guys know how much I rave about this little compact wallet. To date, I think it is the best compact wallet out in the market, both for functionality and actually price point. I really believe that it is a well-priced designer compact wallet for what you're getting. So the Rosalie gives you card slots, it gives you a zipper compartment, and I love a good like flap style wallet. I really like the new release that they did with a touch of leather on the LV monogram. I think it is a super fun like playful idea. I love the one in the lighter pink color. I'm not sure what the name of the pink color is, but I'll pop up pictures of everything that I'm talking about. I love the interior in that little like baby pink color. I think it's super fun. And again, I really like the contrast of the leather with the LV. I also think that this could work so well with the Damierlicious, especially in the colors that they currently have out, because the Damierlicious being such a dark print, I feel like the lighter pastel colors will contrast so nicely against that canvas. All right, let's talk about another collection that Louis has released, and that is the Flight Mode collection. Now, for me, at the moment, I think that Louis Vuitton is great for small leather goods and for good sort of classic, very long-lasting handbags. So like the Speedy, the Never Fool, the Alma. I know those could be basic for some of us, but at the same time, I really do feel that they have lasted the test of time for good reasons. Therefore, I still recommend any of those silhouettes for somebody that's wanting to add a piece from Louis Vuitton. And the same goes for SOGs. I just think that they are like so fun with their small leather goods, even with the colors and prints that they choose to release. And this flight mode collection, I love for travel. If I was a millionaire and I would be able to fly business every single time that I traveled, I would definitely go for the on-the-go. I love the on-the-go as a travel tote. I think it's so practical. I love a good like open tote to use as a personal item. And this one has the flap in the back in order to carry on top of your carry-on and not have to worry about it falling over or anything like that. I really like the whole kind of like vintage stickers sort of situation that it has going on. I feel like it's a super fun sort of style in order to incorporate as travel pieces. Another millionaire pick, if we can call them that, would be this beautiful raffia tote. You guys know I was on the like hunt for the perfect summer bag this year. However, coming at $3,700 for a raffia tote. I mean, YSL still takes the cake at their over $5,000 raffia tote, but this one is a close runner up. There's no way that I'm spending that amount of money on a raffia tote. I mean, I added the Chloe bag and it was on sale and I got an extra discount, and even with the $600 price mark that it had, I still contemplated and thought about it and like had to put together outfits in my mind and see how often I was going to use her in order to bite the bullet. So the $3,700 is definitely out of my price range at the moment. But as I said, when I do become a millionaire, hopefully that would be one that would be an easy consideration for me to add into my collection. All jokes aside though, I think that it is a super beautiful bag. I think it's so cool to be able to like carry this to the beach or like a resort, or just use it for like your summer bag. Okay, now let's take it back to the travel pieces and let's talk about this Shearling keepall. Oh boy. First, like just the thought of having to carry this around the airport, putting it anywhere, whether you are flying business or not, you know how many things would get stuck to this piece. It is absolutely like a horrible travel piece in my opinion. And I think it's like $11,000. They did go ahead and put a all leather kind of like piece at the bottom. So that was very thoughtful of Louis Vuitton. Regardless of that, I just think that this piece is out of control. Again, I do know that all these designer houses kind of have to bring out styles that are out of the norm, because there will be people that this will definitely call their attention. There will be people that just want to have it as a collector's piece. There's so many reasons as to why people choose to buy from designer brands. But for me, this one is just as a travel piece. Maybe if it was like a small little bag, I can kind of see it working, but definitely not as a travel piece. Now let's dive into shoes. And I just took a browse at their shoe section. There wasn't really anything that caught my eye except this one piece that really stood out to me. For all the wrong reasons. I felt like this little ankle boot was just too much going on. Let me start off with the fact, and I think this is an unpopular opinion at the moment. I do not like anything denim related as to accessories. It's funny because I'm wearing a denim top. I love a good chambray top, a good denim jacket, even a denim dress. Clothing pieces, I'm all for it. Accessories, not so much. So I know denim bags and denim like shoe styles are all the rave at the moment. I can't get behind that. So these little boots are definitely one of those that I can't. First, the denim in itself, I think it's the statement piece if you do choose to carry a bag or a pair of shoes. But now we're adding the LV monogram all throughout the boot. And then it has like the cognac details, which that's pretty much the only thing I really kind of liked. Oh, and the heel. I do love that kind of like flower style heel that Louis does on like some of their heels and some of their boots. So those two things I did like. However, the combination of everything in general was a definitely big ol' no for me. All right, let's head back into the collection sort of category and let's talk about the Damierlicious, I believe that's the name. I know it came in two color combos. There was the like green and bluish sort of combo, and then the pink and yellow and like orange one. I definitely gravitated more towards the pink, orange, yellow tones. I think like those were really cute, very girly, and I liked sort of the combination that they had going on together. However, there wasn't really any piece that caught my attention. Again, I'm more of like a classics kind of girl, and if I am going, at least you know, right now with my current finances and with my budgets and all of that, if I am going for something a little bit more like fun or a pop of color, I tend to go towards the contemporary route where I don't feel too bad spending that amount of money on a piece that I know I will only use for specific occasions. The print from the Damierlicious is not one that I would incorporate in my looks very often. And for me personally, I just didn't love anything enough, and at the same time didn't think that it was a piece that I would need in my collection regardless. Let's talk about an SLG that I saw as I was browsing the website, and it is called the Now Compact Wallet. Now, it caught my eye, but I was a little bit confused. The layout of the interior definitely does not seem very comfortable or very user-friendly. You have like this weird sort of like center compartment. I totally did not understand what that was for. And then the fact that you have the like slip pockets for your cards inside of the zipper of the compact wallet also made it a little bit uncomfortable. I feel like your cards will kind of get stuck if you try to pull them out with the zipper section being there. So if you do own this piece, I would love to hear from you in the comment section down below. Do you find it fussy, or is it a simple like piece to get in and out of? Okay, let's talk about a super classic style, and that is the Speedy. I did see that they have a Speedy 30 Soft. So it's made out of full leather. It's very similar to those new Speedies that were released in the men collection from Pharrell Williams, I think about 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Now, when I think about the Speedy, I know that they've released a ton of new options, some with leather, some with canvas. There's a lot in like the limited edition collections. However, I think indestructible. I think canvas is the way to go. If you want a Speedy to last you years and years and years, you need to consider Damier Ben, Damier Azur monogram. That's it. My personal thoughts again, but this is what I think about when I see a Speedy. So to see it in this extremely yummy, soft, supple leather is definitely not one that I think of indestructible. I think of more of this piece as one that you will need to baby, that you will need to care for, because, you know, going around or doing anything, this soft leather is bound to get, you know, scratches or bound to get wear a lot easier than the Louis Vuitton canvas. However, with all that being said, I do think that it is a super cool bag in order to incorporate maybe with like a little bit more of like a casual style rather than with a more elegant style. I see this bag being paired with like a pair of like straight-legged jeans, a cute little t-shirt, and like some cute slides, and then you're good to go. I kind of see the vibe working better that way than taking this bag into a more like sort of fancy or corporate setting. Just my 2 cents. But it's not one that I would ever consider adding. I think like a full leather Speedy is just not something that I would give its full potential use for, as I do to the current Speedies that I own, which is the 35 and the 25. And both of those are in Damier Ben, and those are like my workhorse type of handbags. Now, before we dive into the last category of 2 pieces that I want to mention, and that is costume jewelry, let me know down in the comment section down below if there's anything in particular from Louis Vuitton that has caught your eye lately. Are you still like a die-hard Louis fan? I personally haven't had any negative experience that I can pinpoint, but I think little by little I have just fallen out of love with certain Louis pieces. From my collection and from the way that like things grab my attention now, I am drifting more towards the route of like very simple silhouettes, classic styles. Yes, I would like it to have a statement piece here or there, but nothing too crazy logo. Don't get me wrong, I still have my Louis bags. I have my LV Neverfull in the monogram. I have my Damier Ben Speedy 35 and 25. I also have my Alma in the Damier Ben print. So I do have those that have that logo aspect to them, but nothing new is really captivating my attention in regards to any Louis pieces. So I don't know if it just has to do with kind of like the stage that I'm at right now with how I want to build my handbag collection, or if it's just gonna be you know, I started my Louis collection, I was there, kind of like been there, done that sort of situation. But who knows, maybe they do release a certain piece that ultimately like just grabs my heart, that I'm totally in love with, And of course, as long as I can afford it, I would definitely consider adding it to my collection. I'm not saying that I'm over Louis Vuitton, like boycott Louis Vuitton, never buying anything from Louis Vuitton sort of thing. I'm just kind of sharing with you guys where it is that I'm at with that specific fashion house at the moment. Okay, so let's get into the last two pieces, and those are, like I said, gonna be costume jewelry pieces. And I am trying, and I have been very good, my hardest to not get any costume jewelry from luxury designers. I just think that the price points are very high, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things that the price points are a little bit out of control, but there's certain things that I can justify. Fashion and like costume jewelry, I really can't. Like if I'm spending $800 on a pair of Chanel earrings, it's very silly in a way because it's not gonna be a pair of earrings that I'm gonna use every single time. And at the same time, I could have put that money towards something else. So that's the way that I kind of see things. Thankfully, I haven't had any issues with my Chanel earrings, but I have heard of people's costume jewelry like tarnishing or like pieces falling off. And when you take it into the designer fashion house, they'll be like, oh, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do about it. For $800, I would expect you guys to put a little bit more effort as to how you can help me. But again, I also see it from the perspective that you are paying for a brand, a name, a logo. So for that reason, I have just thought of like, okay, I'm gonna try to steer away from costume jewelry as much as I can. If something catches my eye and I'm like, oh my God, that is absolutely stunning, I can incorporate it in so many different ways, or I just really love it, then yes, I could consider it. But for the most part, it's not something that I'm on the hunt, you know, and like this is a category that I search for on the website of these luxury designer kind of brands. Okay, I think I blabbed and I think I vented enough in regards to that matter. So the two that caught my eye from Louis are the LV chain pearl earrings. Now, I love anything pearls. I mean, the shirt that I'm wearing at the moment, and this was not intentional, actually has like cute little pearl details all over it. I think pearls are just so classic. You can dress them up. I personally love dressing them down with like a casual outfit. And what I really liked about this one is kind of like how subtle the design of the earring is. You have the pearl detail, and it's something that you can really incorporate from day to night very easily. And then the last one is the flower grand earrings. I love the whole like mix and match concept. I think it's super fun. I personally feel like it adds that finishing touch to any like simple outfit. Again, no logos, but it is one of those that like, if you know sort of thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to kind of sit down, have a little chat with you, give you my opinions. I'm looking forward to hearing your opinions down in the comment section as well. And let me know, what was the last piece that you added from Louis Vuitton into your collection? Was it shoes? Was it jewelry? Was it an SOG or a handbag? As always, I appreciate you guys taking some time out of your day to spend with me today, and I hope to catch you all in my next one. Bye everyone.